Change ain't a light switch, it's a whole journey. Hey, it's Dr. Rick. Let's talk about change, not the kind in your pockets. Not the kind that happens just because someone told you to do better. I'm talking about real change, the kind that shifts the way you think, how you handle conflict, how you treat people, and how you show up in your own life. And here's the deal, it doesn't happen overnight. That's what today's about. I'm going to break down the process of change, step by step, so you actually understand what it is, how it works, and where you are in that process. What is the Transtheoretical Model of Change? This thing, called the Transtheoretical Model of Change, is a roadmap. That's it. It's a guide to help you figure out where you are, what the next step is, and how to keep moving forward when things get hard. Because trust me, they will. This model is used in therapy, in recovery programs, in personal development, and yes, it's a huge part of how we help people who've used violence or control in relationships start to change those behaviors. So why does it matter? Because if you don't know what stage you're in, you won't know what tools to use. And if you don't have the right tools, you'll either stay stuck or give up. That's where I come in. My role is to help you figure out where you are on this change journey and give you the tools to move forward. Let's break it down. The 6 stages of change. The 6 stages of change, Real Talk Edition, Stage 1, Precontemplation. What problem? In this stage, you don't think anything needs to change. Maybe your partner, your family, or the court says there's a problem, but you don't see it. You might say things like, it wasn't that bad, everyone argues, she overreacted. And I get it. When we're in this stage, we protect ourselves by denying, defending, or blaming. But the only way forward is to get curious. Try this. If I did need to change something, what would it be? You're not committing to change, you're just looking at it. That's the first crack in the wall. Stage 2, Contemplation. Okay, maybe something's off. Now the wheels are turning, you're starting to think about it. You might be saying, I don't want to keep getting into arguments. Maybe my reactions are too much, but I don't know if I can really change. That's normal. You're torn between the comfort of what you know and the discomfort of what's possible. This is where people get stuck. And that's okay if you don't stay stuck. Try this. Write down, if nothing changes, where will I be 6 months from now? Then, if I change, what could my life look like? Stage 3, Preparation. I'm ready to try. Now you're not just thinking, you're planning. You're starting to say, next time I feel triggered, I'm going to walk away. I want to learn better coping skills. This is where you start getting specific. It's not about fixing everything at once. It's about choosing one change and building around it. Try this. Make a when-then plan. When I feel my anger rising, then I'll take a time out. When I feel disrespected, then I'll pause and breathe before responding. Stage 4, Action. I'm doing it. This is where the change becomes visible. You're doing the work, you're pausing instead of exploding, you're taking ownership. Try this. Keep track of your wins, big and small. Share what's working with someone you trust. Remind yourself why you started. Progress doesn't always feel comfortable, but it always matters. Stage 5, Maintenance. This is my new default. You've been consistent, you've built new habits, but here's the trick, the work isn't over. Old patterns will still try to sneak in. Triggers don't go away, they just stop catching you off guard. Try this. Keep using your tools, especially when you don't feel like you need them. Check in with your support system. Reconnect with your values. Ask, is how I'm living aligned with the man I want to be? Stage 6, Relapse. I messed up. Yep, it happens. Everyone slips. Everyone falls. But relapse isn't failure, it's feedback. It's your system saying, hey, we missed something. Try this. What triggered me? What was I thinking, feeling, doing? What can I do differently next time? Then get back up and keep moving. How to identify what stage you're in? Ask yourself, am I even aware there's a problem? Pre-contemplation. Do I see a problem but feel stuck? Contemplation. Am I making plans and setting goals? Preparation. Have I started taking action? Action. Am I working to keep it going long-term? Maintenance. Did I fall back into old habits? Relapse. Once you name your stage, you claim your power. Tools to help you move through the stages. Let's say you're in contemplation and want to move to preparation. Try this. Write a journal entry. What would my life look like if I made this change? Pick one person to talk to who believes in you. Choose one tiny action, like breathing for 10 seconds before reacting. Small steps make big change. If you're in action and feel stuck, use a thought log to track negative thoughts and reframe them. Use the timeout tool before you escalate. Use the disarming the fuse strategy to catch yourself early. Remember, real strength isn't reacting, it's responding with purpose. Common barriers to change and how to tackle them. Let's get real changes hard. Here are the most common roadblocks and how to bulldoze right through them. Fear of failure. What if I mess up? Reframe it. What if you succeed? Failure isn't the opposite of growth, it's part of it. How to beat it. Keep a journal of what you're learning, mistakes and wins. Focus on progress, not perfection. When you fall, say, that was one moment, I'm still changing. Peer pressure. My friends don't care if I change, then they're not your real friends. How to beat it. Find people who want to grow. Set boundaries with people who pull you backward. Ask yourself, do I want to be like them, or like the man I'm becoming? Comfort zone. It's easier to stay the same. Yeah, for now. But staying the same has a cost. How to beat it. Do one hard thing a day, on purpose. Practice discomfort in small doses, like holding back a reaction. Say to yourself, easy now makes hard later. Hard now makes life easier later. Low confidence. I don't think I can do it. Start small. One win builds the next. How to beat it. Keep a proof list. Times you handled things better. Talk to someone who believes in you. Say this. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep showing up. Not knowing how, I want to change, but how? That's what I'm here for. Tools, skills, support, you're not alone. How to beat it. Use the handouts, ask questions, practice new tools before you need them. Addressing behaviors and thought patterns is crucial. It's about recognizing the habits and mental frameworks that keep us stuck. By understanding these, we can begin to make meaningful changes in our lives. What keeps men stuck? For individuals with a history of domestic violence, learning to change is not easy, and it goes way beyond willpower. There are some common behaviors and thought patterns that create major roadblocks. Let's name them, because if we can name them, we can challenge them. Victim blaming. This sounds like, she's a bad person, or she pushed me too far, or even she got what she deserved. Sometimes a man will tell a long story where his partner is the main focus. What she said, what she did, and he disappears from the story completely. That shifts attention and blame away from himself. What to do instead? Ask, what was my role in this? What did I do that crossed the line? Accountability isn't about who was worse. It's about owning your part, fully. Denial. This sounds like, I didn't do it, she bruises easily. She walked into the door. This is the mind's way of protecting itself, but denial shuts down growth. If you don't admit it, you can't change it. What to do instead? Ask, if I saw that moment on video, what would I see? It's hard, it's uncomfortable. But truth is where change begins. Minimization. This sounds like it wasn't that bad. Let's just forget about it. Everyone gets mad sometimes. When you minimize, you dismiss the harm done. You shrink it down until it disappears. But for the people on the receiving end, it doesn't disappear. What to do instead? Say, even if I think it wasn't a big deal, I need to understand how it affected them, and how it reflects on me. That's emotional maturity, that's leadership. Claiming provocation or loss of control. This sounds like, she made me do it. I just lost it. She pushed my buttons. Let me be real with you. No one else controls your behavior. You may feel provoked, but the reaction is yours. What to do instead? Say, I didn't handle my emotion well. I chose that behavior, and I can choose differently next time. This is where the real power lives, in self-control. So here's the bottom line. Barriers will show up. Victim blaming, denial, minimizing, saying you lost control. They're all defense mechanisms. They show up to protect the part of you that doesn't want to face the full weight of what happened. But here's what I need you to hear. Facing it is where your strength lives. Not blaming, not running, owning it. Because the moment you take full responsibility for your choices, you get the power to make different ones. If no one has told you this yet, you can do this. You can change. Not just for your family, not for the courts, for you. This is your journey. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving. One step, one decision, one day at a time. I'm Dr. Rick, and I'm here to walk it with you. For more videos like this, visit breakingchaosbuildingclarity.com.